Hey, come see me do stand-up in Ontario, California, Las Vegas, and Davenport, Iowa. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. And hear about this. Elon Musk's Twitter scores victory against Australian government over church stabbing videos. Yeah, that's right. He has now earned the right to share a video involving a church stabbing. That raises several questions, Kurt. One, why would anybody want to censor that news?
Didn't we cover this and that where there was that lady from Australia who was like, put on your big boy boots and censor that stabbing.
Oh,
remember? And she was really like gross.
Oh, that's right.
And they were talking about how they're going to crack down on it.
It sounds like if you're for censoring that, maybe you're the one who did it. Why? Who else would want to?
Yeah, why?
Who else would want to censor that?
Well, that's right. Wait, did they do it?
Elon Musk celebrated a win for his platform Twitter Wednesday after Australia dropped legal action forcing the site to hide videos of a violent church stabbing, ending a bitter... I mean, you could show President Kennedy getting his head blown off.
Oh, man.
You could show anything. Ending a bitter feud between the free speech crusading billionaire and Australia's government as it considers other ways to challenge the platform's policies. And now I know that Elon Musk is not 100% free speech, but he is so much better than any other platform, meaning YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you name it.
Yeah, right.
Certainly TikTok.
Yeah. Well, there's also a thing where, you know, and I see this on a lot of like supposedly kind of like left-wing channels where they go, they're always worried that you, the little dirty peasant, is going to see something you shouldn't. And you're going to go stumbling down the wrong road.
Yes.
And that's what we have to worry about. Not telling the truth up front. We have to plan ahead for how stupid you are. Not me, of course. You're an idiot.
But isn't that what they used to do with Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah, it is. That's what it is.
What would they
stumble?
Didn't they have like a say? They have the saying, right? You don't want to something your brother. Or
yeah, it's better to hang a millstone around your neck than stumble your brother. Some dumb shit.
Something like that.
The point is, I thought I wasn't in that no more, but it turns out the whole world
is that. Yeah. Okay, so there's more to the story. We are heartened to see the freedom of speech has prevailed, Twitter's global government affairs team posted, explaining that the case raised important questions on how legal powers can be used to threaten global censorship of speech.
Oh, wait, they wanted to censor us seeing it here.
So they didn't want to just censor it in Australia, eh?
Yes.
They wanted to censor it worldwide. The government of Australia wanted to be able to decide what you get to see in your country.
Who do you think they are? Dubai covering up their geoengineering flooding? You haven't earned what Dubai's earned, Australia.
That's right. The statement follows an announcement from Australia's e-safety commissioner,
Julian Inman Grant. Yeah, right.
Julian Inman Grant, that the regulator had abandoned efforts to force the platform to remove videos of a Sydney church stabbing in April, which Inman Grant said came after weighing multiple considerations, including litigation across multiple cases, meaning we were going to lose.
Ha! I remember this
after we considered how fucked up and stupid it was and how authoritarian and censorious it was, like fascists, we decided that we would probably lose in court. So we decided to go ahead and let them show it. They had to bring a safety commissioner in to watch the video, Kurt. I feel much safer knowing that there is an e-safety commissioner looking at the news before I look at it with my own eyes.
Wow. You should change your national slogan to bigger pussies than New Zealand.
I mean, you live in Australia and everything in nature is out to kill you there. But I can't see a video.
Julie Inman Grant and the safety.
Yeah. The commission has lost several legal fights. Oh, no kidding. Against the platform over the footage, including a bid last month to extend a court order forcing Twitter to hide videos of the attack until a hearing in June. Inman Grant said dropping the case is the best way to achieve the most positive outcome for the online safety of Australia, especially children. Dropping the cases seems like the exact opposite.
Yeah, why would you, why'd you start it then?
Why would you start it?
It was going to harm the children.
So she said the commission would now focus its efforts on an administrative appeals tribunal case that Twitter launched following the takedown order. I stand by my investigators and the decision eSafety made, Inman Grant said, adding that the regulator's sole goal was to prevent this extremely violent footage from going viral, potentially inciting further violence and inflicting more harm on the Australian. Oh, so because there might be a future crime, we have to...
That's right, cover up this past crime. It's the way our intelligence agencies work. You know how they have to hide shocking, awful things?
So
because you might get really mad.
Why ever report anything that's awful? Because
that's just it. You shouldn't.
Don't
worry your pretty head about it.
You see how these maniacs, these are maniacs. And Tommy, get on it. I want to go to Australia soon. Rob Schneider called me. He's there. He goes, "Oh, I would love you here. They're hungry.
Sick of it.
I can't wait to go." Musk is a self-styled defender of free speech. Self-styled.
I'm sorry. What does that mean?
A self-styled? I don't know. You would think maybe he'd be able to afford bringing in someone to do the styling for him.
Yeah, are you
Those
Forbes
wacky...
saying he's not that? He's just pretending to be.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Well, okay, Forbes, are you a defender of free speech? I remember you being the publication that told me, and I quote, "You must never do your own research."
Yeah, don't do it.
I don't even know if it was about vaccine. I think it just meant in general.
Just in general, you're not supposed to. Barely even read.
But I mean, I can still read Forbes, right?
Let someone else read it to you.
Mother, will you read Forbes to me?
Twitter, alongside many other social media platforms, complied with Australian officials' request to remove the videos of the knife attack on Bishop Marmari.
Marmari Emmanuel? That's a hilarious name.
Is he related to Boutros Ghali, Marmari, or Chris Christie?
They stabbed one of the eyes off the first Mari, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like they did.
It used to be Mari, but now he's only got one eye.
While delivering a sermon, but it questioned the limits of Australia's power and pushback. Hey, you know the guy who wrote the Satanic Verses?
Yeah, Salman Rushdie.
Salman Rushdie. Quick little side. I read a story about him. He got stabbed by just 2 years ago.
Recently.
Yeah, like not that long ago, maybe 2 years ago, even. So before he was going to come to the United States to go give that speech, he had a dream that he got attacked and stabbed.
Really?
I'm telling you, baby, the unconscious knows the future before you do. And he ignored it. He was like, well, I can't, let a dream dictate. I'm like,
wow.
Yeah, you should.
Well, you'll know for next time, I guess.
That's not, dreams aren't nothing. There's a lot of people that dismiss dreams. They're just like crazy electrical impulses. No, they're consciousness.
Well, okay, I've had those kind of dreams that are just crazy, but a really literal, like if you have a really literal dream, like you're on the plane and you get stabbed of a thing, that's like a very strange dream.
And it happened. Anyway.
It's not like my grandma's face is made of pudding and we're on a roller coaster, I just ignore those kind.
They're all important. It questioned the limits of Australia's power to push back. While acknowledging Australia's right to police content and enforce laws within its borders, it hid videos inside Australia. Twitter refused the regulator's request to take down content worldwide, which it claimed was necessary to stop Australians from seeing it online.
You got to restrict your kids because I restrict my kids.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Twitter branded such a request as an overreach, a threat to free speech, and assault on the very principles of a free and open internet. Musk's stance on the matter brought him into conflict with Australian elites, including Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, who called him an arrogant billionaire with a lack of any sense of social responsibility.
First of all, how dare a Prime Minister of Australia even question an American billionaire? That's what I say. That's what I think is arrogant.
Albanese went on to say, nudes in my profile.
Why is there always a corrupt Italian in Australia now? This is an ongoing issue in that country.
I love Australia. I can't wait to get back there. I really love it. Here's Michael Shellenberger, free speech victory. He says only Elon Musk's Twitter stood up to the censors in Australia, and now they've won.
Have they?
Have they? He has this to say.
Hey, everybody. It's Mike Shellenberger for Public. Around the world, governments are trying to censor the internet, and not just for their own citizens. This reality was dismissed as a conspiracy theory until late April, when Australia demanded that social media platforms take down a violent video, and not just in Australia, but everywhere. All the social media platforms, including Facebook and Google, complied with the Australian government's demand, except for Elon Musk's X, which took the case to court. Australia's Prime Minister said Musk, quote, thinks he's above the law, and, quote, found it extraordinary that X chose not to comply and are trying to argue their case. A senator from Australia called for Musk to be jailed. But
What?
Musk's principled defense of free speech was vindicated a few hours ago when an Australian court ruled in Musk's favor, and Australia's top censor, known as the E-Safety Commissioner, dropped her lawsuit. This free speech victory isn't the end of the story, of course. Australia, like governments around the world, is determined to expand government censorship at all costs. We can expect they'll be back with fresh censorship demands any day now. But this is just the free speech victory that we needed right now. It comes 2 weeks before a major free speech event in Dublin on June 18th, where Russell Brand will join me and others in supporting our Irish friends in their efforts to kill a hate speech law, which would allow the police to invade people's homes and search their phones and computers for wrongthink.
Yeah, I've heard about this. I think I
Yeah.
brought it up with Neil, when he was on the show.
Why are we tied up in fights for rights that we've already had?
We've
for some
already,
time?
yeah. Because they're taking him away, Kurt, and I'd love to be invited to that. I wonder why they didn't invite me. I'm a big free speech guy.
And the day after that, I am bringing journalists and free speech advocates from around the world to London to build our movement. We owe Musk a debt of gratitude for fighting for free speech. Actions speak louder than words, and Musk has demonstrated through his actions that he will defend freedom of speech. Unfortunately, Facebook and Google have demonstrated through their actions their cowardice and unreliability. As the COVID pandemic showed, they are more than willing to work with governments to censor their fellow citizens in violation of our constitutions and our fundamental human rights. It's time for a change. The whole world can now see who is fighting for free speech and who is fighting for censorship.
Okay, well, there you go. Good for you, Michael Shellenberger. Good for you, Elon Musk. Hey, despite everything the Fed has been trying, we're still feeling the effects of inflation, filling up your car, your grocery shopping, your home repairs. Everything's more expensive, and most of you are paying these bills with a credit card, aren't you? Yep. Credit card debt's at an all-time high. If you're a homeowner, there's a way out. You need to call our friends over at American Financing. They can put together a plan to pay off that high-interest credit card debt and create meaningful savings for you every month. They are saving people like you an average of $854 a month and closing in as fast as 10 days. Don't wait. Get yourself into a better position. Call their salary-based mortgage consultants today. That's key. They're salary-based. They don't work on commission. If it costs nothing to get started, and if you start today, you could delay 2 mortgage payments, giving you greater savings up front. American Financing can help take that monkey off your back. And here's the number you call, 888-804-0303. That's 888-804-0303. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net/Jimmy. Hey, come see me do stand-up on tour in Ontario, California, Davenport, Iowa, Las Vegas, Nevada, Chicago, Illinois, a special video show with stand-up, and Grand Rapids, Michigan. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.